Today we're programming a quantum power wheelchair with the Q-Logic 2 electronics. So what you're going to want to do, obviously start by turning on your joystick. You're going to need that to power your programmer. Joystick's on. I'm just going to take this and it plugs in right where your charger plugs in underneath the joystick. Once it's in, you should start getting this loading screen on here. It'll take a few seconds to get ready. Okay, and now we're into the programming. Hand control settings is where you're going to control all your drive speeds, turning speeds, things like that. So you use the arrows to navigate through this. So I'm up here at hand control and I've got a little black dot showing me that I'm on that. And then we're going to press right to enter the programming mode, and you want to go down 1 to drive. That's where you're going to do all your programming. And press right again on this pad to enter into it. And you'll see now you've got P1, P2, P3, P4. P5 is going to be your like seat functions mode, so you don't really need to mess anything with that. But you'll see up here forward speed max, forward speed minimum. Basically, you're just able to set a percentage from 1 to 100 of how fast you want everything to go at any particular profile. Being 1 is usually your slowest and 4 is usually your highest. So you can see here, forward speed max for P1 is 25, while if you go all the way to P4, it's at 100, which is as high as you can go. So you can set that to whatever range you'd like. If you don't want to, say you're using it in the home and you don't ever want it to go past, 3 miles an hour, you can dial that 100 back to 50. And so on throughout, just so you're never really, going at full speed. If you could keep going down, you also have accelerations you can adjust, which is, how fast it takes off. So again, if you wanted to take off slower, you just go down with the arrow. Or if you wanted to take off faster and be more reactionary, you go up with the arrow. And you'll have for everything, you're going to have a maximum amount and a minimum amount. So you set the most you ever want to do it and the minimum you want it to do. If you keep going, you also have a forward D minimum max. That's going to be your deceleration, so how fast you're stopping. So if you wanted to stop faster, you're going to go up. And if you wanted to stop slower, which is, it's going to drag a little bit if you're, feeling it's too jerky when it's stopping, you'll go down. And once it's on the number you want, you can just move along. It's set. It's already saved. So next, there's, again, a minimum for deceleration as well. You keep going, and then you have a turn max speed. So again, you go up if you want it to turn faster, you go down if you want it to turn slower, and you're going to have a maximum and a minimum again for each profile. Okay, and you got acceleration just like you do with all the other ones for how fast you want it to start turning. Again, up if you want it to start the turn motion faster, or down if you want it to take a little bit to get going. And turn D again is going to be how fast it stops. So up for faster, down for lower. All right, and the only other thing you would really need to do in this mode is your turn sensitivity. So it's basically how well this reacts to you turning left and right with it. So again, if you want it to be super reactive, you would turn it up to where if you barely move the joystick, it starts turning. Or if somebody has tremors and they're shaking a little bit, you turn it down so it won't react as much, and they can still drive in a straight line if their hand is shaking a little bit. Then again, you've got reverse max and minimums. Same idea as the forward speed and the turn speed. If you go up with the arrow, you go faster. If you go down, you go slower. And then again, it's going to have accelerations for how fast you take off and decelerations. So that is anything you need to worry about in the drive mode section. The only other thing you'd really need to program on this is the seat. So if you go down here, you can see there's also a seat section. I'll press right to enter that. And tilt sensing is the only other thing that really ever has to be programmed on these. And what that's going to do is basically allow you to drive with the seat tilted back. It's a safety feature that they don't want you driving fully tilted. But some people, if you're using a ramp or something like that, you need a little bit of leeway to be able to tilt back and still drive it. So what you're going to look for is tilt threshold drive, which is right here. And you can see this one's set at 25 degrees. So a fair number, I'd say, is go up somewhere between 27 and 30. Again, you don't want it to be in a full tilt and be able to drive. That's can be dangerous. So again, moving these numbers up will allow you to drive with the chair still tilted. And to save, all you do is back out, and then you can unplug your programmer, cycle the power on your power chair, and all those new settings will be saved.
Hi, I'm Mark.
And my name is Alex. We're co-owners of Marc's Mobility.
I started this company in 1995.
We sell many products, not just what you see in this video. If you have any questions or concerns, please call us at the number below at 800-677-6293. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.